Hello, this is a commentary on Dr. Scott Hahn's book, The Fourth Cup, and his various writings and videos on his idea of the fourth cup. It assumes that you, the viewer, has already explored these works or these ideas of Dr. Scott Hahn. Please give Dr. Scott Hahn a fair hearing and really look over his arguments as he presents, which he did in good faith, with good intention. Don't bash Dr. Scott Hahn. He means well. But let's get into it now. How does Dr. Scott Hahn arrive at the fourth cup? Scott Hahn gets his fourth cup by anachronism and compiling proof texts from the fourth gospel and the Synoptic Gospels, Mark, Matthew, and Luke, which he treats uncritically, a la a connect-the-dots scheme, as 21st century Western biography and collections of facts. We as Catholic Christians do not have to treat the Gospels this way, and sound biblical scholarship says we shouldn't, as does the Pontifical Biblical Commission's interpretation of the Bible in the Church. By the way, first century Israelites did not have seders. First century Passover celebrations did have a festive meal aspect, true, but that should not be called a Seder. The Seder, like many Jewish practices, evolved centuries after the first century. Both Christian Eucharist and Jewish Seder are related to the ancient Judean Passover feast of the first century, yes, but they are not identical. All things Jewish are 500 Common Era and after. Jewish practice and religion is a parallel branch on the Israelite tree, on the Abrahamic tree, to which also grows our Christian branch, parallel to our Christian branch. But you should not think of the Jewish branch as the root of the Christian branch. Let's respect our Jewish brothers and sisters and not make false relationships between Seder and Eucharist. Let's not do supersessionism to our common Israelite scriptures. Nothing on the Abrahamic tree is static. Nothing in humanity is static. The Gospels are not biographies. They are not history books in our Western post-Enlightenment, post-industrial revolution understanding of the term history, and demonstrating that is very easy. In Matthew, Mark, and Luke, Jesus is crucified after Passover had begun on Friday, after sharing Passover with his inner circle, obviously after the lambs had been slaughtered. But in John, Jesus is crucified on Thursday, just before Passover begins. At the same time, the Passover lambs for the Passover meal are being slaughtered. Therefore, in John, the farewell dinner of Jesus in John chapter 13 through 17 cannot be a Passover meal. No lamb slaughtered equals no lamb to eat. As with the Synoptic Gospels, history comes a distant second for John. All the Gospels write for theological purposes. The Gospels are not biographies to mix and match and combine, to get a third cup and a fourth cup from different Gospels. Scott Hahn and friends cannot seem to get that. They are popular authors with fundamentalist hangovers. They're good men. Some of them are biblical theologians like Hahn. They mean well, but they shouldn't be thought of as biblical scholars. If you'd like to consider more about this, please check out the thread, the playlist we have on the 4 quests for the historical Jesus. Thank you.